I think it's been very valuable. I think the first two parts of the program was very valuable in terms of setting the foundation for us. Like, we really work as a team to analyze that top customers and then translating that into the ideal customer profile. So I think before I did this program, we had like a basic 5 personas of our users, and then through going through your program and doing our own analysis, we came up with that ideal customer profile that I shared with you. So that has become our holy grail for the next content that we're going to produce.
I guess to take it back to the beginning, what sort of problems were you experiencing when you decided that you'd dedicate some time to this program?
I think understanding our customers is the main one. We know, we have some inkling of who they are. They're from the US, they're engineers and architects, but we don't have further analysis than that.
Yeah.
So having your program, it's good to have that framework on how to do that analysis and expand on that.
What, I suppose, did you find most useful from the program? Was there a particular feature? Yeah, the templates?
The templates, for sure. Because it allows me to immediately apply, when I'm listening to your presentation, for example, just opening it up and try to apply that to ClearCalcs and what we're doing.
Oh, so the template that you go through and you actually fill in and you have that strategy document at the end.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, great. And do you felt that was useful, I guess, for documenting as you go? Do you feel like it's also something that you can build on and then share with the rest of the team?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think right now where we are at a company, as a company, that documentation is crucial. So doing that documentation while learning is saved me time from having to do that at the end of the week or at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having the template as well. I don't have to start from scratch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you find that there were any personal benefits from going through and doing the program?
Did you say personal benefits?
Yeah.
I think in terms of career progression, because my objective is to grow into that content, sort of leading that content space within the company. So having this framework allows me to have, to lead as a manager and being able to point out this is what we need to do, just in terms of strategy, this is the process, and this is how we can scale the process and the team.
And what about the organizational benefits? So benefit to ClearCalcs itself?
I think for us it's just timely because we started with building one content type at the beginning of this year. And now that we've got recent funding and we want to scale that up further. So being able to start off with the right foundation, I think really sets us up for success. Yeah, I think having a sort of a template process for different content type would be sort of one expected outcome for us, something that we can sort of replicate and scale for the next 12 months. And then probably in 3 to 6 months is being able to measure the impact of the content that we're going to produce or going to work on. In terms of for us, it's more qualified trialists, more conversion or more activated customers, for example.
The pace at which things move, did it kind of feel overwhelming? Did you feel like there was an expectation to do too much?
I think in terms of content consumption, it's paced quite well. Implementation, I do find with my own situation and company situation, I think probably we are at that zero, half rate of the pace of the course. We are now at that ideal customer profile stage and now ready to build up that content process. But what's good is that I'm able to finish the program. I know everything, the framework behind it. And now it's just a matter of like making sure that we use the framework and start to implement them as a team. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I really like the part about connecting your Dream 100 like groups of customers to your paid ad strategy, which is what we have started to do now as well, just understanding where they live, what community do they spend their time on, and tying that back to our Google ads or like social media ads, for example.
Yep.
Really like that and looking forward to sort of apply more of that learning in our sort of paid acquisition strategy.
Yep.
So that was really good. We haven't done a lot around account-based marketing. So that's something I'm quite keen to explore with our sales and customer success team. I liked it. I think there's with that fortnightly session, especially, it forced me to go through the content. Otherwise, I'm just left to my own device to finish it whenever. So I think there's a motivation there to get it done. So for me, in that way, it was quite useful. I think it was the either first time manager, like marketers.
Yeah.
Not so much like early careers, like not like graduate. I don't think so, because it does require like some kind of autonomy or independence of executing what you're learning.
Do you feel like there'd be any other particular triggers that would push someone across the edge to want to do this program?
Someone who's like experienced but might be an individual contributor, like someone who's might not have a marketing team, where you just need to get things done quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we designed it for marketers in small teams. We thought 5 or less is probably where the sweet spot is.
Exactly,
Do you feel like that's where this is best applied?
Definitely.
I suppose time would have been like a consideration of yours, thinking, do I have the time to do this? I guess, how did you get over that? If that was a consideration at all.
No,
and are there some times that are better than others in the year to do this?
Yeah, not really. Probably that early to mid-year is perfect, because you're not thinking about wrapping it up before the big holidays. So I didn't find any issues when we started talking about joining this program.
Yep. Had you done any other marketing programs or B2B specific ones beforehand?
Only growth marketing in general.
Growth marketing in general. And how did this program sort of compare to those?
I think this one is more focused on content, which is, for me personally, is great, because that's an area where I want to own within the company. Like we started with webinar production beginning of this year. I set up the process. So I shared with you how we, have that template tickets that can, be replicated every month. So we have that. But then to scale that up to other types of content, or how do we repurpose that content or distribute them to other channels? I'm still building that process, and having your program help build that further.
So you found that the program was helpful to, I guess, first identify, nail down who those customers are, and then probably the second part, like how to actually build up that content program and to stack it and make it bigger and better over time.
Yeah, making it scalable, and that sort of aligns pretty much with my current role as well. No, not really. I found that your weekly emails useful as a nudge to remind me, have I done this module? We are going to talk about it next week. So that was quite useful.
Okay, that's good to know.